divorce rates per profession. I just think it'd be interesting to know. But let's look at 21 to 22 for those of you making about $100,000. In 21, notice you would have hit the 22% bracket at 81,000, but you wouldn't have hit it till 83,000 this year, which means you will pay at the lower bracket at 12% longer before you have to start paying at 22%, which means you pay less tax this year simply because of adjustment for inflation. Now, I've been doing this every year since 2004, and I've been showing the same chart. If you've been in any of my classes, you've seen this before, if it's a tax class, and we know everybody just loves taxes, so they always come to tax class. But I want to show you this again because I've got the numbers going all the way back, and I think it illustrates what I want you to know. Let's pretend we had a married couple filing jointly, making $100,000 of tax. I want to show you what their tax would have been. They would have, on the first $20,550, paid 10% or $2,055. Then, on the next $20,000 to $83,000, which is about $63,000, they would have paid 12%. If you're asking me where that came from, it came from this chart right here. This was the first part. Here's the second part. Now, they had to go into the next bracket for a portion of their earnings too. From $83,550 to $100,000, they jumped into the 22% bracket. So that's $16,450 they paid at 22%. So here's their first bracket, they paid at 10%, then they paid at 12%, and then only $16,000 of their earnings they paid at 22%. Total earnings, $13,234. Listen to me. The effective tax was not 22%. The effective tax was 13.23%. Now let me ask you a question. Over the past 15 years, I want your opinion. Have taxes been going up or have they been going down? How many people think they've been going up? How many of you think they've been going down? So 93% of you will not play. I had 7 people raise their hand. There's no way with all these awesome people in this room that you don't know the answer to this. How many of you? I want everybody to play. It's just a game. I won't call you out by your last name. It's not printed big enough for me to see it. How many of you think taxes have been going up over the last 15 years? Feel like it. If you made the same money, I should say. Okay, how many of you think they've been going down? It should be the rest of you. Nudge the person that didn't raise their hand, either one.
I did. Which one?
Now, I'm going to show you what's happened over the last few years. Starting back in 2004, I ran this exact same story in 2004, sitting in a class just like this, probably at the Arkansas Realtor Convention. And it was $18,475 or 18.5% effective rate. And look what happens. I'm going to keep going real quickly just so you can watch. By 2007, it was down to 17.8. Down at 2010, 17.3. We had some very low inflationary rates right here, so it didn't drop much, but it did drop a few dollars. Look at us all the way to 2017. It was down to 16.477. In 2021, it was 13.497. Listen, you all, every single year you have paid less federal taxes on every single tax return based on the same income. And I know it's not what's been taught in the media. I know it's not what's politically been talked about, but taxes have always been going down because they adjust for inflation every year. And guess what inflation's doing this year? 2023 looks to be a good year for reduction of taxes. If you walk out of here, tell everybody that didn't come, we know we're going to pay less taxes next year because of inflation. Now, your dollar's worth less, but